Hi Cubbies, it's Miss Karen here, and I am sitting in front of our new puppet stage that's in our Cubbie classroom, and I wanted to spend just a little bit of time with you, and I want to come to you every Wednesday and just read some out of the Appleseed book that you just finished, all right? So snuggle up with somebody or with your best stuffed animal, and let's read a story about Timothy and Cubbie Bear. It says, Timothy climbed on his bed. He flipped open his brand new Cubbie Appleseed book. Look, there's an A. And do you remember on our very first week we had an A up there? Yeah. There's an A, said Timothy. What starts with A, he wondered. Oh wait, what was that? Timothy jumped off his bed and he ran to the window. Cubbie, shouted Timothy, surprised. Cubbie Bear stood outside the window, smiling up at Timothy. Cubbie, can you help? What starts with A? Let's go look, said Cubbie. You ready to play? Timothy dashed down the hall and out the front door. Cuidado, Timothy, called his mom from the kitchen. Be careful and don't go too far. Cubbie and Timothy set off to look for A's. Soon, Cubbie pointed and gave a little hop. Look over there. Timothy looked and saw rows and rows of apple trees. Of course, Cubbie. Apple starts with A. I like apples. Cubbie and Timothy each ate an apple. They counted to see whose apple had the most seeds. And then they started walking again. Bah! Bah! Their friend Lovey Lamb greeted them from the petting zoo. Cubbie and Timothy stopped to pet Lovey's curly wool coat. Lovey giggled. Soon a friendly alpaca scooted up next to Lovey for some petting too. I know, cried Timothy. A is for alpaca. Cubbie sniffed. He lifted his nose. I smell something yummy. Grammy Lois must be baking cupcakes. Let's go, said Timothy. Cubbie and Timothy raced to the Sweet Apple Bakery and pressed their faces to the glass on the door. Grammy laughed. I see you. Come in, she said. Grammy Lois, may I have a cupcake? Asked Timothy. And may my friend Cubbie have one too? Yes, of course. Timothy's grandma wiped her hands on her apron. Hey, you're wearing an apron, shouted Timothy. Apron starts with A. Grammy set out the cupcakes. Timothy and Cubbie each grabbed a cupcake and took a bite. I like looking for A's, said Timothy. Me too, said Cubbie, licking his lips. You want to do another one? Let's go. Do you remember when we did on the second week and we did the letter C? Let's take a look at that one. Timothy opened his Appleseed handbook again. This time he saw a C. Timothy knew just what to do. He dashed down the hall and out the front door. Cubbie, called Timothy, can you help? What starts with C? Cubbie climbed down from his favorite apple tree. Let's look for C's, shouted Cubbie. They set off on their way. Ruff, ruff! Katie Collie ran after Timothy and Cubbie. Her job was to keep Timothy out of trouble. Sometimes she also liked to show off. Catch Katie! Timothy threw a disc into the air. Katie raced after it. She jumped up high and caught the disc right between her teeth. Good dog, Katie Collie. Timothy patted Katie's head and rubbed her under her chin. Hey, Katie's wearing her collar. Collar starts with C. Cubbie and Timothy stopped at the playground to climb on the cruise ship. Timothy steered the big wheel from side to side. He pretended he was on a stormy sea. Timothy, shouted Cubbie, I see 3 C's in a row on Captain Chip's cruise ship. See, we've got Captain Chip's cruise ship. Yeah. Timothy's dad drove up on his tractor. Timothy, do you want to ride in the tractor cab with me? Timothy smiled. Cubbie, cab starts with C too. Timothy turned around, but Cubbie was hiding behind the slide. I'm scared of tractors, said Cubbie in a shaky voice. Okay, you wait for me here, Cubbie. I don't want to miss a tractor ride. Timothy enjoyed riding around with Dad, but soon he started to miss Cubbie Bear. When they stopped at the barn, he hopped off the tractor to find Cubbie. Cubbie, I just thought of one more thing that starts with C. What's that? Asked Cubbie curiously. Cubbie starts with C, and you're my best friend in the whole world. Cubbie and Timothy hugged, happy to be together again. And that's the end of our first 2 bear hugs. I hope you enjoyed story time, and I will be back next week for more time in the Appleseed Handbook. Bye, boys and girls.